But yeah, with Yaren in it, honestly, I mean, I've seen him play it before. I wouldn't say that he's guaranteed to be successful, but you trust him on the hero really more than most other players.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, back before they made the change to Techie, Yard was super sick at this hero to begin with. Now I feel like it plays a more active role in fights. I mean, the Sticky Bomb is able to do a ton of damage on top of like going and dropping triple landmines off onto people. Or sorry, proximity mines, what they're called now.
Mm-hmm.
My boomer talk. Triple proximity mines on top of like going in on somebody with the suicide and the Aghanim shard. The fact you can get this at 15 minutes now, it like you can do a lot of damage. You can do a lot in team fights. Tons of utility with it. Enchantress is a questionable pick into it. I do like the tiny pick into it though. You just have way too much HP for the techies to be able to burst through.
Yeah, the tiny, at this point, pretty certain that it's going to be in that sort of core position. And if they're running it at the 2, that's, what, Tiny versus Invoker as your mid matchup. So, yeah, okay. Yeah. Sven pickup for DogChamp should not change that. But it does get Stonebank back on the Sven that we saw them take advantage of in Game 1. So, maybe a little of that speed game coming back into focus, and I don't know, later on down the line, maybe even Alacrity from the Invoker onto the Sven, and all of a sudden, nobody's going to want to go 1v1 against him.
Yeah. It's assuming he can get his hands on the people, though.
True.
He is going to have to pay attention to the positioning of the Enigma and, you know, his teammates, his Clockwork in particular. I think he's going to have to try to land out, hold his hook shot, and try to line these up with the Enigma so we can't get the Black Hole off from the Sven. Because he's going to have that constant BKB piercing disable as long as it's not wasted on the initiation onto some other hero. And getting on top of Enchantress can be kind of difficult with the Sven, with Untouchable and whatnot, but usually you have enough attack speed to mitigate that. And lastly, we see a Viper band out here. Interesting. Again, I see that one and I immediately think of heroes like Phantom Assassin and Bristleback, but Bristleback's already been banned out.
Yeah.
So
At the
I'm
rate,
not sure what the Viper is implying this game.
yeah. At the rate that we've seen the Viper get banned out, it almost feels like it's not like directly targeted and just a general purpose ban, but I don't know if the Viper commands that much respect/fear at this point. So, as you say, maybe it has a very specific sort of we need to ban this because we want to run X, but we haven't really seen those heroes get picked up after the Viper ban anyway.
Mm-hmm.
This looks a little weird. We do see the Lifestealer ban though out from DogChamp. They are not gonna fall for that one again, although in fairness, I think a little bit of the strength of the Lifestealer in the last game was that they allowed Acosta to free farm for like 15 minutes at the start of the game. That didn't really help, but they don't want to deal with the hero at all. They ban away the Troll as well, and the Templar Assassin will be the call for Team Brazil.
I mean, it's always been one of the heroes that's better against the techie. It's not amazing against the Invoker at the beginning, and I think it's pretty good against the Sven too. Like, just being able to... The fact that none of the hits that he does onto you matters how much damage they do, it's all instances. So it doesn't matter if he's doing like 600 damage a hit if the fraction's just blocking that, as well as being able to walk fearlessly into areas where the techies controls and clear out the landmines there. And they end with Dazzle. All right, I got a question for you, Kmart.
Yo, what's up?
What does Dazzle's ultimate do?
It heals based on how many no, that's wrong.
See, no one truly knows the full extent of what its ultimate does. It's multiple spells, and it also changes when you get an Aghanim Scepter.
Is that the refresh one?
Question.
If you get the
one of them reduces cooldowns after you cast a spell.
Oh man. Well,
the other one reduces item. One resets allies' items cooldowns. Is good juju and bad juju, and of course, there's one that lowers enemy armor. You cast spells.
I don't know. At this point, when you have a hero with an ult that's a passive, I kind of forget.
It's okay.
He heals, he graves, he poison touches, and then there's that fourth ability that is there.
Mm-hmm. The fourth ability that is there. It enhances the other abilities, and it does some weird stuff with armor and something cooldowns. That's the important part. Anyways, back on topic of these drafts here, as long as I think that they keep the clockwork sitting a little bit further back and interrupting the black hole, they're kind of gonna be in good shape. The only issue with that is clockwork is usually your main initiator. Like, he is a suicide initiator hero. If he's not going in first, it becomes a little bit more difficult to start a fight.
Just have a seat right over there.
I love
So,
the smart people.
I'm optimistic about Team Brazil's draft a little bit more so than I am about DogChamp. I know I've been flip-flopping. Game 1, I was like, oh yeah, Team Brazil's going to own this one. Game 2, DogChamp. I was wrong both times, but I'm back on the Brazil train again. I'm looking to be wrong one more time.
Yeah, there you go. So
I'm ready to be hurt again.
Make those wrong predictions. We're coming after Kyle's crown. Nobody can take that from him. He is the master. Jesus, how does he do it?
He's built different.
It's just unbelievable how many times it happens. Is B9? Yeah, where are you gonna go, bud? Unfortunately, it gets a little bit too far for the angle. Didn't see them on the high ground, obviously, and RD's even gonna take out. Actually, will he take the ward out, or is he just sort of prepping it for the deny? Nope, he'll go. Okay. Full deny on the ward just in case they sort of come back for the sentry. They get first blood. Costa's going to be very mean and just set up with the meld on the rune spawn.
It's actually... This ability at level 1 is incredibly busted. You see what it does?
What, meld?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
80 physical damage, 5 armor reduction for 12 seconds, and it's stackable as well.
Yeah, nobody's coming for that. They're just going to leave the rune. Probably the smart choice. Double meld. Not super fun to deal with, so... That does mean it's just a 2-2 split on the runes, though. But the first blood bonus did go Team Brazil's way, and now... See what they do
FCR's
in
going to
these
have a
games.
bottle incredibly quickly. He's already got it queued up. Just needs to get like 1 CS inside the lane.
Opening with the EMP from RCY, which... Well, not a bad play against a Tiny, right? Doesn't exactly have the largest mana pool in the world, so... He's not very fast, he's not going to be able to just immediately get out of it. Burn some of that away, and... Even if FCR doesn't want to be all that aggressive onto him, taking away the option entirely is still going to be a benefit.
Oh my god, he's getting destroyed here in the CS. Other than that one tree grab that he threw at the range creep, he didn't manage to grab any of those. Invoker managed to get all those denies off, despite the fact he's got like half of his damage.
Oh, it actually is pretty much half, damn. Yeah.
Yep.
RCY is pulling it back under tower. Should be okay in the early stages. Tornado out there, just not afraid to use some of these spells early, right? That's an EMP and now a Tornado deployed just to try and mess with the last hitting of the Tiny. You know, why not? You're not going to need that mana in the first 90 seconds for anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same time, over on the bottom side here, we'll see what the core Dazzle gets up to. This can be kind of annoying as a combo. He's got Poison Touch at level 1, so you have the slow in the DOT that could set B9 up to get in with the Battery Assault, so... Can't go too far on the Team Brazil side here. Too far forward without any backup, and they just kind of get jumped in on immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Side lanes, I imagine, are going to be kind of slow up until maybe B9 hits level 2. Once you've got like power cogs or a second point of battery assault, then it becomes a lot easier for him to start finding kills. Same goes with techies, like sticky bomb, maybe 1 point into blast off, and you can start playing a little bit more aggressively.
For now, just harassment. See what comes with more levels as King RD. Not as close as he wanted to be with the rebound there. Stonebank's able to walk away, but this duo up top could be a little bit dangerous, right? You've got the stun setup for the Sven to just maybe not guarantee that Yarn hits the blast off every time, but it's going to be pretty easy to make the connection. Well, that's okay. That latch range on the sticky bomb was a little long. King RD is going to get hit up, and I said stun into the blast off. It could go the other way around, right? Sticky bomb could set up for the Stormhammer as Costa gets picked off in the bottom lane. B9 hits 2, drops the cogs, and that was not the hero I really thought was going to go down in this lane, Neph.
I mean, they got tons of like damages burned through the refraction, the battery assault, and the damages from the poison touch. On top of like the mini stun and the slow top lane, they're about to lose King RD here. 1 or 2 auto attacks. No, they don't manage to get them off, so he gets away.
Yeah, I thought they were going to try to bully KJ, and that Costa wasn't going to be as easy a target to hit up, but obviously that is not the case, and slowing down the Templar Assassin definitely going to be high on the priority list here for them, but we'll see if they get the chance to actually do that again, because Costa is probably just going to kind of play back, use his tower here defensively, and hopefully not get caught out like that again. KJ, though, different story. He is getting caught. There's going to be the Cog Trap. They don't have a lot of mana here. There's Mangoes on Italiano if he wants to really force this fight.
KJ, I believe, just dies here. You're putting a lot of damage in here on Costa. Oh my
DOT?
god. I mean, he's going to die. But I managed to get the kill off onto him first.
I mean, he doesn't even have Impetus there. That's just his own damage. Picks up a double kill as he dies, so... Okay, the Enchantress is very happy with that one, and I think they just didn't really keep track of their mana, because there was a point there where both Italiano and B9 were sort of tapped out, and they weren't at the threshold to actually finish the kill.
It's gonna continue to be pretty bad though. He's got 2 points into a chant here. It means your creeps have an extra 30 damage. Alright, he'll clean this one up pretty fast with the battery assault.
Okay.
Yeah, and B9 managed to snag the kill onto that one. Doesn't deny it to the neutrals.
It is always the benefit of the battery assault, right? The double damage
On
on the
creeps
creeps,
now?
as Costa, trapped in the cogs, gets pushed back a little bit there as well, but yeah. That is the problem with this duo, right? They can keep you locked down, they can slow you, the damage does come, but they don't do it instantly. His top lane, yeah, King RD gonna get himself caught. Stun, sticky bomb. Blast off was used in there as well, so that combo is pretty nasty. Tavo, maybe kind of fortunate that he wasn't the target that time.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be able to play pretty far back. Just deny as much CS as he can from this Sven by turning every 2 waves right now in mana conversion. You do what you can here. If you put your Eidolons too far forward to try to deny more CS from this Sven, you can probably throw out a stone hit or a storm bolt followed by Techie's blast off in your Eidolons so they can find themselves more farms. So you have to be a bit careful with it. Dude, Katie's being such a bully with this ghost. Yeah, ganks are down to half HP over there, but
well, and he gets the little one, which does have a silence, which...
These fell spirits are a joke, man. Vex silences the target and does no damage. It's only 3 seconds.
Oh, it's only... Yeah, okay, that's kind of...
It's got a big cast range, though. Oh, man, that's spooky. Do you see it, throws out a little copy of itself? I take it back. This ability's sick.
It looks pretty damn cool, I'll give it that. But now B9 getting himself into, honestly, a little bit of trouble here with Costa coming in and the Fell Spirit still in play. Never mind, Fell Spirit doesn't matter. B9's able to walk away, but it's a close call.
Yeah. Does a lot of damage with that last impetus.
So, close, but no cigar there on the kill. King RD, meanwhile, is trying to hunt after Yaren. Has the Eidolons for extra damage, but Yaren's able to use the blast off to get away. TP's home. That does mean there is no one in this top lane, because Stonebank already walked home as well, but there we go. BTP's back up. They're not going to leave the lane abandoned for more than a few seconds.
Does he get 6 PSE away? No, he won't quite get 6 off of this one. He's going to say that he has to be a wee bit careful, but he doesn't quite have level 6 for his black hole off of this one. If he had, maybe if King RD waited outside of the XP range, he might have been able to find that kill. Instead, Tava's going to be the one in trouble.
RCY rotates in at the right time. They're still not quite finishing that kill quickly, but they do still get it. And now King RD doesn't have a whole lot of mana. They've got to track him through the trees. Interesting time for a God Strength, but... Okay. They'll just clean up the Eidolons instead, which... I mean, it's guaranteed gold, and they might still find King RD here. They're slowing him with the Ghost Walk. He's going to try to get out with the rebound, but he won't make it. Long chase, but they do get it.
Destroy will find that kill, not bad. And B9 will start trying to stack the jungle. Oh, I don't even know what he's doing over here, man.
Well, there are a couple of stacks. I don't know if B9's the one who did it. Yeah, he was. Okay. That was what he was doing a little while back, but he is going to make his way into the lane now. But FCR is being very
I mean, he knows
sneaky
that
rough.
FCR is over here. He caught him out with that observer ward as it was approaching, but I think he might die anyways.
Yeah. Italiano does not have a point up in the grave anyway, so he wasn't going to be able to save him. And now, I don't really know if you want this fight, because FCR still got a DD rune, but here comes RCY. This is still going to be hard. Can they actually do it? They get off the mana burn in its entirety, so FCR is completely
Oh.
completely tapped out as there's an audio issue from KJ.
Yeah, now the issue here is saving FCR and how they're gonna get into here. I mean,
I'm not sure they
because
can.
it's in kind of far back. He's at full HP, or sorry, not quite full HP. He's healing back up. He's got refractions that he just ended up using. Tiny's got 2 bottle charges. Maybe if he can juke him out in the trees and get enough mana to maybe TP out, but he's got to wait off this urn first. Like, he looks like he's pretty low HP, but you have to keep in mind this is a Tiny. You get 4 strength growth rate. Like, he's still sitting at almost 650 health. And these heroes don't do a ton of damage. Like, you can throw out if you get the poison touch right away and the poison touch doesn't get dispelled, FCR goes down, but it's gonna actually be a little bit hard to grab him through the trees when he's got a quelling blade.
See if he can dance, because yeah, these heroes chasing him don't hit as hard as they want to. At the same time,
What am I talking about? Yeah, the top line this is way cooler. Can we go cinematic mode or something into? Oh, it looks awful in cinematic.
Oh,
mode.
dear God. Yep. Let's not do
well,
that.
Undo that one ASAP.
That looks terrible, but
sorry, showcase view. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Yaren. Do they have vision on him here? Where he's ended up? They do not.
No, and they don't have rebound either. That one just got used, so he's going to be able to walk away.
Unless Tavo throws a blind black hole into the trees to catch him.
That would actually kill him, and I would be impressed.
I don't think
Is that worth it, though?
Almost certainly
Tavo
not.
do it. Dude, Tavo's got to do it. Like, when you have time to think about, like, the disrespect that Yara has showed you by blast offing away from you instead of dying, you have to put him in his place by dropping a blind black hole onto him and hope that it hits. He's got to be really quick with it because you only have a little bit of cast range. I think it's only going to catch him like maybe another like 50 range outside of where he is. So if he hesitates at all after this pause ends, he won't be able to get it. He's got to show no hesitation as he goes for this blind black hole. I think that Tavo will go for it. That's the kind of Tavo that I believe in.
Oh man, I don't know if he will do it. I want him to go for it though, but although actually, here's the thing: they've got what, one more instance of Malefice coming in onto Yarn, so he's not actually going to be able to get that far. Yeah, maybe there's more reason for Tavo to go for it. You're not going to be able to really move before you get mini stunned again, and that could keep him in range.
Yeah. One last mini stun off onto him. I think it's already connected with him actually. Like he is mini stunned right now. I can't tell though because of the absolute state of the particle effects.
The explosion that he's surrounded by kind of makes it hard to see what's going on with him. We continue to be paused here. KJ apparently... Actually, I don't know if the issue was with him or it's just on their side, but... They have not yet fixed it here, so... We have to continue to wait. A scenario where... Yarn is dead if the black hole hits him. FCR is maybe going to be able to juke, but... As you said before, he's got to do some funky stuff in the trees. He's got to make use of these bottle charges. He's got to wait for Cold Snap and Urn to wear off, so...
And make use of the Quelling Blade.
Right.
No.
And I don't think Ghost of Bela is going to come to help. KJ just gets owned by the tower if he goes within range of it, so he's probably not going to be diving behind it at all. Costa could maybe like kind of get one of the trees for him in order to get him out. Like if they're having a discussion about it right now, they can like, this is the path I'm gonna take, and you cut this tree right away, then walk back.
Mhm.
I don't know. 50-50, he dies. And I'd say it's a coin flip.
If Costa had a trap up in fewer than 5 seconds, this could look a little better, but we'll have to see. Game is being resumed. Want to see if the black hole comes in. Nope. Did not pull the trigger. Not willing to do it. FCR, though, is still on the run, but he's not going to make it away.
He ends up going down. All right. It would have been really cool if Tavo just dropped the black hole, though.
Decides against it. Yarn walks away, so DogChamp get a kill. They keep their own hero safe. Meanwhile, Stonebank has taken to just kind of farming up the jungle here, as I do believe he's got his... Yeah, he's got his Mask of Madness. Should be coming out to him just as soon as the courier gets around to delivering it, so he's on pretty damn low health here in the jungle, but he should be okay. Nobody's really going to go looking for him immediately, as top lane, Tavo, is getting hit up. The mana gets burned. The sticky bomb's on him. Sidekick is going to try to help out, but he's just hit by that cold snap over and over again. And now they've got King RD trapped up inside the cogs. The battery assault's locking him down. Sticky bomb's in, and RCY actually gets a right click in there to snag that one away. So DogChamp's rotation's working out, and this is something that we didn't quite see as much from RCY in the last game, right? The rotations out of his lane were kind of lacking in game 2.
Just have a seat right over there. Let the smoke.
Oh, that's a 2-man stun. Tornado only hits onto one, but it's the more valuable of the two heroes as they lock FCR down, and KJ dropping a sorry in the team chat there as he can't help his teammate out.
Yeah, nothing you can do, unfortunately. Tavo ends up grabbing Yarn this time, and he does commit the black hole this time. Last time, you know, he's not able to see him in the trees. Doesn't know exactly where he blast off into, and on the bottom lane, Costa managed to find a kill off on the Italiano gangster, but
Oh,
you know, D ends up going down with the poison touch again.
the Italiano, still no point up in the shallow grave at this point. That may have been enough to save him, but with the build he's kind of going for here, it's not really a priority. He'll have to get a point up in it eventually, but not now. Meanwhile, RCY trying to deal with the Enchantress creep, and he did clear it out before the tower goes down. Although, that is not their first tier 1, so he could just deny it at this point if he wants to. There's no glyph dependent on it, as Techies gets himself caught out there in the jungle. FCR blows him up. Do they do anything else with this? Without Black Hole, it kind of feels like the answer is no. Tavo's just going to try and steal farm.
Ooh,
but...
gets the deny off. Clean.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Tornado into deny. Into snapping a creep? Yeah, okay. That's
Into
23
King
gold. Never
RD's
mind.
Yeah. Unfortunately, King RD's arms weren't long enough. Long arm lady didn't have the arms to throw Invoker.
Actually gone for, what? Yeah, 3 points in the sidekick at this point, so... He does help out if he has someone to, obviously, help, but in terms of the initiation, he's not quite as dangerous. DogChamp, though. Man, smoke. To get around here, they would love Costa, but they're going to run into King RD first. Easier kill. Yeah. Just clean that one up. That does mean the TA gets to walk away, but... Yeah, they find it. Although... They've got 4 heroes. Stonebank's coming over.
Him. Yeah, on the edge of that one. Now he sees him. He's going to push him to the other side of the trees with that, so it means Coast is going to be safe, and now B9 is in a little bit trouble, but he just TP's out. No stuns between these two heroes.
That was a bit of a funky one. He does hit with the hook, but even without the TPs, or the TP in from the teammate, the DogChamp heroes were kind of far away, so I don't know if they would have had a play to make under any circumstances, but at least B9's able to get himself out of there, right? No sacrificial play to be made as the scan. The scan did come through here, so I think DogChamp have some idea of what's going on. They're already kind of backpedaling away, and on the other side of the map, we see RCY again getting involved here. He finds Tavo. Yarn's the one to get the kill, but They are speeding this up a little bit, looking a bit like their game 1 strategy as B9 dropped low. Italiano Gangster, though, does now have a point in the shallow grave. Now that he has it, it isn't enough to save his teammate anyway, but that's the way that would play out, huh?
Oh, what can you do? As
Finally
I say,
have
toss
Grave.
back into the team. Yeah.
Didn't help. Well, at least he has it now for the next fight, and onto someone like, you know, Stonebank or RCY, that's going to make a rather sizable difference. FCR, gonna make the jump, but there's that tornado. The EMP comes out, the Stormhammer is there, the God Strength is popped, and FCR gets punished immediately. He's taken down. King RD jumps in with the rebound, goes for the dispose, pulling Stonebank back, but they need the Black Hole. They got the Black Hole, but the Shallow Grave comes through. They're not gonna be able to finish off the spend. Tavo runs out of time. Stonebank's still alive, falling back. Meteor, meanwhile, thrown forward into the fight, hitting up entirely onto Costabile, and this is starting to look a little bit rough. King RD dead, Tavo dead, Costa trying to get away. B9 is hoping to stay on him. Can he hit? No, he can't. The Blink will get him out safely, but his teammates all get cleaned up.
Yeah. End up cleaning out 4 there. I don't think there's a single here on the side of DogChamp. No.
Nope.
I mean, amazing coordination. Meanwhile, on the other side, they just get the Black Hole off on the Sven, and nobody's like targeting him as he's sitting in there. I mean, even if they did target him, the Shallow Grave was on him as well. Like, there was just no cleaning up any of those heroes. I really think that this Enigma needs a Blink Dagger before this next team fight, but when all in on this Wraith Pack, I mean, that is kind of the meta right now, but you can kind of feel a lack of damage on the side of Team Brazil there. If Kosa's not hitting people, then really it feels like nothing's happening.
Yeah. Tavo acknowledging the problem that you just pointed out, as we'll get to that in a second. Okay, B9 not actually able to make a full connection there, but he knows he doesn't quite have the range. Instead of the Blink Dagger, though, he is looking for the Aether Lens, which, okay, it kind of solves the problem, but maybe not in the way that you were hoping for. Is B9, yeah, he's not going to be able to get himself out of that one, but I don't know. Aether Lens, yeah or nay? Should he just be going for the Blink?
I think at this point you should be going for a Blink. Like, again, you're a little bit worried about being too close to Clockwork. You want to throw out your Black Holes a bit of a distance against him instead of being right on top of him. But maybe you just worry about a Blink getting 1 to 2 heroes and hoping the Clockwork uses initiation on somebody else. I know I said the opposite of that earlier, but right now it feels like the play.
Circumstances kind of changed from the pre-game draft way we were looking at things, but well, we'll see, because he's already starting progress
Are you ready to run?
towards the Aether Lens, so don't think he's going to be bailing out of that just yet, as we have another pause coming out from the Team Brazil side once again. They had an audio problem before, now it's a mic problem, which technically is still an audio problem, but it's a different audio problem, Neph.
Yay!
Woo!
Woo! I'm never going to be on my meeting on time.
Oh, man.
Oh, Yaren, get him.
All right.
My boy Yaren
Bringing
helping
the
me
admin
out.
in here.
Yeah.
5
Not that I
minutes.
want the game to be resumed because of pause reasons, everyone. Let the record show that. Bottom lane, they ping out Dazzle. Italiano Gangster's just down here by himself. I imagine he'll TP pretty quickly after he nicks out the wave, or he might just TP immediately right now. I don't think that KJ and Tiny are going to be able to get down to him there.
Yeah, he would have to be pretty greedy to wait down here long enough. I think he should be fine as
I just have a seat
Team Brazil.
over there.
They were ready to go. DogChamp said they needed a second, though. So, there we go. Back into it. We'll see what this play sort of develops into. Will the Dazzle? No, he won't. So much for that question. Already TP's home, finishes off his own Wraith Pact, so we do have one now on each side of the matchup. And, I don't know, it's a bit of a bummer, Neff, right? The Dazzle comes in, they're playing it in a core position. It's like, oh, cool, something a little bit different. What does he do? He builds the same damn thing that every other offlaner builds.
It's not just that. I'll probably build an Aghanim Scepter so we can have the 50% item cooldown reduction to have more Wraith Packs up.
Oh boy. It's all about that Wraith Pact uptime as hookshot in from B9, connecting onto King RD. Pushing back with the cogs. Quick and easy kill. Secondary kill onto KJ, who was just kind of stuck in the trees there.
And now they'll probably set their sights onto this mid tower, get themselves a little bit more control of the map. Costa, he's on a clock now for sure. He's working on the Desolator next. After that, he probably needs a BKB to actually be able to fight into these heroes. Otherwise, he's just going to get stunned up by the clockwork because Refraction's going to break instantly to the battery assault and the power cogs. And he's still a pretty long ways away. I mean, at this point, you're going to have to start thinking about whether you want to... Oh, God.
That's a hell of a dive. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't manage to break his refraction fast enough, and he's going to be able to get his blink off.
Now, are they going too far forward on the Team Brazil side? King RD is all the way in, and he is going to pay for that. Stun now onto KJ as well. Meteor flying through. And that TP from Tavo canceled as the Meteor was quite literally on top of his TP location. But that's the two supports dead again. At least they didn't get on to Costa, which was kind of the concern at the very start of that fight, but...
Yeah. And, I was talking about just before Costa got initiated on that he might want to start considering getting a BKB instead of a Desolator because DogChamp are going to be knocking on your door pretty quickly here. But he goes for the Desolator anyway. He's thinking, okay, if I blow these heroes up at the start of the team fights, I don't need the magic immunity.
Yeah.
But Stonebank finishes his BKB. He doesn't wait for it at all. Just summons Echo Saber into it.
Okay. B9 was hunting him. He is going to just make sure he is right on top of that Enigma, not going to let him pop the black hole while his teammates try to finish off Roshan, but they haven't actually taken it down just yet. Stonebank has to be brave just to make sure he doesn't go down, and the Aegis does go into his hands. Now they have to actually handle the fight. They lost so much HP just trying to finish off Roshan that they're not in the best of positions here, but neither is FCR. He has to fall back. The Tornado, though, does clip onto him. The EMP drops him low. Is there enough DOT to kill? Yes, there is. Italiano Gangster gets the kill. Now the Stormhammer connecting onto two. Costable able to blink away from the Sunstrike, though, and now the Black Hole comes into play. Stonebank will lose his first life. It's only the first. They have to deal with him a second time. The Grave kept RCY in the fight. He is pretty high on mana here as well, so we can continue to throw spells out into this engagement, but Stonebank's really just kind of doing it by himself. Pushing on to KJ. KJ, nice attempt for the juke there with the pit vision, but it doesn't really work out.
Yeah, a nice try. It looked a little bit scary there for a moment. I mean, you're forced to pop your BKB super early on this fin to try to finish off the Roshan, and they managed to steal the Aegis there on Team Brazil. I'm pretty sure they win that fight. Unfortunately, it's basically just the Marcy who managed to get that far to the pit, and she wasn't able to do it by herself, but is going to be able to help find this kill into Yarn.
Get a quick pick off. Costa's going to get some extra damage on the Deso as that Tornado just kind of misses the mark on both heroes. Missed Tornado, they missed Hookshot. They just kind of have to walk away awkwardly now, but... I'd say walk away. They might need to walk away just because there's heroes coming at them now. Team Brazil with 4. They're not going to go after too much here either. Instead, they back themselves away. They got an Arcane Rune now for the Tiny, which... certainly going to be useful, but FCR, I mean, Neph, where's his impact been in this game? He's just been kind of missing for so much of it. He's the lowest net worth core. He's in danger of getting passed up by the techies. Just haven't seen much from him.
I don't think we're going to see much from him either. I mean, at this point, everyone's got enough HP to be able to survive, like the Blink avatars. Maybe he could find a kill off on a Dazzle with it if Dazzle's far enough forward, but even then, guys can start building items that make him a little bit tankier pretty soon. It's basically revolving on Costa Bile this game. Like, Costa Bile's finding the kills. He's got a bunch of damage items. He's going for the BKB next. You toss heroes back into him, and essentially you're a disabled bot form at this point. And I feel like if DogChamp recognize that, they start going for Heaven's Halberds, then I don't see them winning this game at this rate. Thankfully, I don't think they're able to build these Heaven's Halberds yet. Nobody's got like enough spare money or have that part of their build path. It's not queued up.
Guess, I don't know. First hero that could maybe build one is Italiano, because he's already got the Wraith Pact finished off as top lane. Yarn very nearly gets in onto...
C9's going to try to find something. As long as Stonebank doesn't walk in front of him by mistake.
Stay out of the way. What's he got? He's got the flare available, so he can get the vision first.
He's saw King RD.
There it is. Hookshot in. Stonebank is going to follow with the Stormhammer. Better to lose King RD than a core hero, but that does allow Stonebank to just kind of get in here and steal away farm from this west side jungle. So what is he working with? He's got BKB, Blink Dagger's finished and should be on its way in the next minute.
Destroyer tries to commit on the FCR down the bottom lane. He's tiny, still pushing down here by himself because he thinks it's safe.
That's just too much damage. Wow. All FCR has to defend himself with is a Blink Dagger, right? So damage him up, disable the blink, just has to sit there and wait for death. Speaking of death, this is
Stonebank might find himself in trouble here.
Are you ready to rumble?
Huh. Not really sure his BKB would have even saved him, so it doesn't pop it.
I don't think it would have. Man lost all of his armor despite popping Warcry there.
It's a pretty solid pickup here for Team Brazil, but now do they overextend? They're in some trouble. The Hex goes down onto Costabile. He's going to get sort of, well, stunned up as well, and yeah, that black hole didn't last very long. Canceled instantly. Costa is dead. Tavo trapped inside the cogs. He is going to be taken down. B9, though, saved for now, as the Grave is keeping him up. Deafening Blast is going to prevent KJ from doing any more right-click damage, so KJ lives. Yaren, okay. Yaren got picked off there on the other side of the river, but it allows RCY to chase. And he gets onto King RD.
Thankfully, man, gold they managed to get from the Sven finally gives Koza enough gold to finish off that BKB. So he's got that one for the next fight at the very least. It's going to be a little bit more tricky to bring down. I think without the magic damage, they are going to struggle to fight into the Templar Assassin.
Well, a potential step forward for Team Brazil. You just wish they could have taken that step without losing 4 of their 5 heroes, but now might be the turning point for them. FCR hanging out top. KJ's going to TP in. You see the Templar Assassin making her way over as well. Are they holding... they're not really holding a smoke or anything, so it's just a coincidence that they all sort of TP'd up there. But yeah, Italiano, do want to point out the Hex at the start there. He did get the Shard, so the Poison Touch upgrade allowed them to keep the TA locked down a little bit there at the start. Yaren then was able to get in with the Blast Off, and you saw the fight develop from that point.
Yeah, still not going to be so easy in the next couple of team fights. Goes for the Aether Lens immediately afterwards, though, to be able to grab it from, or hit it from a little bit further away. Same goes with the Shallow Graves. If he can keep the targets at TA, he's trying to just like burst down alive. You know, as long as his reactions are fast enough on this Dazzle, I think it will like significantly swing these team fights back in the favor of DogChamp again. I'm super concerned about the BKB though.
Oh, FCR. That is a bit of an issue. Tries to go in looking for the quick kill onto Yaren. That was incredible timing. He waits till the Avatos combo comes in, then pops the Ghost Scepter. So, as you said before, right? A lot of the heroes, pretty much all the heroes on the DogChamp side can survive that initial burst attempt, so FCR really just doesn't get to play Dota at the moment. He's just in a weird spot.
He is behind techies in net worth now.
Not great. And also not great, this tier 2 tower, gonna get hit up, forces out the glyph. There's that Alacrity play coming in as well. When he had God Strength and Alacrity on him, he didn't do any damage because of the glyph, but if they hadn't popped it, he would have just melted through that tier 2. RCY, gotta be a little bit careful here. His teammates are all starting to back away, and he has remained bot. Team Brazil are kind of shoving off from the lane as well, so should be just fine. And at this point, with Yaren here too, if Tavo actually comes forward, he could be the one in some trouble, but he's not going to step that far forward.
It's scanned out, but I don't imagine they'll try to take this fight without the Invoker or without Yara nearby. Instead, it looks like they're just setting up around the pit right now on Team Brazil, because that's going to be the next major objective. Being able to force a fight there, force somebody to fight with the Templar Assassin with a newly completed BKB and potentially a black hole is their way back into this game. The TA still can just blow almost anybody up as long as they don't get Shallow Grave. This is one of the things that they have going for them. Also, the Specialist Array is a broken item.
Oh, he does have it, yeah. Oh, it's weird. It's useful for a handful of heroes, but when they do have it, it's just stupidly strong. We'll see if he can put it to the test here, because he is in the area. That's not the angle he wanted. Smart play to just back off. His teammates weren't really going to be able to get in there with him. Yarn, though, is hanging out a little bit. So, too, is Stonebank. They might want to be careful. Yep. Able to hit him up. He's going to pop his BKB. That does mean Yarn's in some trouble, but he is going to get graved. He blasts off into the river, but B9 actually goes in. Uh-huh. Miscommunication.
Maybe just trying to help his team disengage, but whether or not they're actually going to be able to.
Costa is now trapped on the high ground. That's not exactly
no,
what he wanted to be. They toss him away, though.
Him down.
Okay, they need to actually kill some heroes, though. This is going to be the issue for them. Yarn dropped low, but the Grave is going to keep him alive. Meanwhile, where's RCY? He's on the back line, looking to hit someone up. KJ going to get hit. He'll be hexed. There's going to be the two-man stun out from Stonebank with the Stormhammer. That will blow up both. That is a nice play from FCR. It's just the fact that he has to do it means he doesn't really have much damage to work with in the actual fight. And now RCY is right on top of him. Going to try and toss him back onto his own Forge Spirits. Is that going to be enough? He needs a little bit more time. Needs to wait. Needs to blink back up.
He's got it.
Okay.
The tornado
no, he doesn't.
isn't connecting.
Well, that's very awkward. Now he has no way out of this fight other than just trying to kill RCY.
Yeah, Invoker had his courier arrive and drop him item at the same time, so he's probably going to use it to help scout FCR inside the trees here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got his Blink Dagger back up in a second. But unfortunately, the flare kind of gave away the direction he's going on. Triple meatball. I can't dodge that one. He's going down. If nothing else, it bought him a bunch of time, though. All the heroes on the side of Team Brasil are back up, though, so didn't really manage to grab any objectives off of that one.
The tips over to FCR there as well, coming out from DogChamp. You made him work for it, and as you said, no objectives taken. Heroes were able to respawn. Minimal damage. Of course, the problem is that kind of play from FCR is the kind of play that you would be looking at a support to make, not your mid laner.
Yeah.
Although with the net worth that he's got, he's not exactly in mid laner territory. It is still rough.
Yeah, he's looking almost 2,000 net worth behind Yarn right now on the pause 4 techies. It's not great.
And they really can't even... It's not like they can give him time to farm his way back into it. If there is that much farm available, your TA is going to want most of it, and Tavo's probably a higher priority to keep farming than the Tiny is.
There's so many items that this Enigma needs. I mean, BKB among them, Refresher, or probably Serene. Oh no.
The hook shot is going to follow through the Force Staff. They are hacking away at him. Can they actually kill him off, though? A little bit more damage. Can Stonebank do it? Well, he doesn't have the vision, so now he can't. Costa's able to blink away. Back on the other side of the fight, though, KJ does get left behind. He is going to get taken down. B9, though, traded out as FCR is able to hit him up with a toss combo, but now the Stormhammer comes in. The Meteor there as well, and King RD, that's an unfortunate rebound. Rebounds directly into the path of the Meteor, but he's at least able to run away.
And then move right back over to the Roche pit immediately afterwards, trying to pressure that tier 2, and not really in any position to try to contest this one. I mean, you still have Black Hole available, but no BKB available in the Templar Assassin anymore means you can't fight into this one.
Right. If they just ran at it right now, I don't think they would really last all that long, but... Well, at least the TA doesn't go down. She was the initial target, and they did have a nice bit of lockdown of damage, just not enough, although here comes potentially round 2. Tornado is in, the MP is there. Ice Wall was kind of off the mark.
Oh, he connected the stun and the silence with the Enigma. He's not able to get the Black Hole off.
Meteor DOT is hitting him up. Sticky Bomb's on him. Sunstrike doesn't hit, but now FCR coming in. Avalanche into the toss. They're going to throw RCY back, but the Shallow Grave is going to be there. The Force Staff now brings him back over to his teammates.
And this is trying to go for Black Hole.
He got it! He caught it. Yarn is not able to cancel it. They're getting a lot of damage in. They need a little bit more, though. And they do manage to find the big kills. RCY dead. Italiano gone. Stonebank falls. Roshan was not taken, so now... Well, I mean, they've got TA. Go in there and get it. The second that they see that obviously he's still standing, they're going to claim it for themselves. And Neph, that's a swing in momentum that I didn't really think was actually going to be feasible for them, but the teamfight just falls into their laps.
Just like that, the game turns on its head. I mean, Yarn did his best to just like keep these damage over times in the silence off onto the Enigma. It just pushed him super far back, but eventually they just slipped their mind. They thought he would be walking all the way back to base, sees the opportunity, then blinks forward, managed to get it off, and We talked about how important that blink dagger was early to be able to find those clutch scenarios, and there it was, exactly what they needed.
Mm-hmm. And
There's some big kills they found too. Beyond Godlike Spree from the Invoker, Wicked Six from Italiano Gangster there, and Stone Gang Bank is worth a ton of gold as well. Oh god, damage
Wow.
off into King RD is insane. Just barely managed to survive
nearly
that.
goes down. That is an E-Blade on Yaren, so
Yeah.
I mean, with the amount of net worth he has, why the hell not, right? You're outpacing the Tiny. Might as well start trying to maximize your damage output. Of course, are we seeing anybody moving into that sort of halberd scenario that we were mentioning earlier on? It does not appear that that's the case. The Invoker's working towards a Hex, which...
No. Clockwork's going for it. It's B9.
Ah, there it is.
He's just about got it done already as well. He realizes that, again, the main problem is just going to be Costa.
They did lose one, but they're going to make it a trade. B9 goes down for King RD. That was God Strength from the Sven. I guess at this point it's not on the longest cooldown anyway, so probably don't feel too bad about that, but while it's still up, they're going to look for a secondary target. Team Brazil, though, not going to give them that. They're falling back already.
I'm not sure they'll get any extra objectives from this either. I mean, you try to push tier 2 mid up against this Tiny, get tossed back into the trees behind the cliff here, and Black Hole, not long till that one's back up either. This Albert is now done on B9, but needs to TP to the shrine and join his team. Probably won't be there for another like 10 seconds.
Narn is setting up a little bit here, trying to protect his vision.
I'm sorry, his TP's on cooldown. He can't be there for another like 15 still.
Oh. Indeed it is. Okay. By the time he gets it up, he'd be TPing pretty close to the enemy team, so...
Yep.
Just gotta walk. Sends the flare up top, where the Eidolons are pushing in onto the tier 2. Team Brazil are doing a decent job of trying to sort of split the map a little bit here. And, well, they can do more than split. With Costa coming up, he's got the damage, he's got the armor reduction. They'll just claim the objective. Maybe they poke at the tier 3 just to try and see if DogChamp actually send anyone back, but... feels like that's a little bit too risky from the Team Brazil side. Instead,
My god!
they're going in for the smoke play. They're trying to TP down bot, but they've already lost King RD.
How do you get vision of that? I didn't even see. I guess he might have showed himself in part of the trees there, but he ends up getting the blast off, goes right into him there, then drops the mines on him afterwards. Hits him with the E play. That was such a sick play there by Yard. But, you know, you do end up giving up a mega kill.
Costa, okay.
There goes his Aegis.
Walking up the ramp in the middle of the night's an awkward spot, but he's able to get himself...
Oh, no!
Tabo, no!
That's your black hole on cooldown. They gotta be thinking about pushing high ground after that one.
Yep.
I mean, it looks like KJ is gonna try to like bait the enemy team back and try to cut the waves or something like that. And Stonebank can't push this by himself. Not against Templar Assassin, still's got the BKB up. So, and Change is doing a good job of distracting them at the very least. Hell, he might not even go down at this rate. Managed to juke out Destroyer. B9 can't find you with the rocket flares either.
Yeah, at this point, you might just want to regroup with the team because you're not tracking that kill down, but the distraction works. The creep wave is now pushing up onto the high ground, but the heroes themselves had already backed away, so they managed to save their base a little bit, Neph, but that's not the way you wanted to use your Aegis. That's not the way you wanted to deploy your black hole. Now they've got to take the next team fight potentially without either one.
Yeah, 120 seconds, the black hole's back up, but it looks like Team Brazil is giving them the runaround at the moment.
Mm-hmm. They can just
You're
continue to
shoving in,
dodge. Sunbank's moving, but not really fast enough. I mean, he does have the blink, right? Blink Stormhammer's still a problem, but by the time he's up there, Team Brazil are already backing away, trying to buy a little bit more time for themselves. What are they working? FCR disassembled the Echo to finish off his BKB, so that is online. He still doesn't really do much damage, but at least now he may not get stun locked and instantly killed, but when do you pop that BKB? Because now there's a Hex up on RCY.
I mean, you got to pop it in before you even join the team fight now. Otherwise, you pray that Tavo gets a black hole off of the Invoker on top of everything else, but that's just wishful thinking. So, preemptive BKB, since Kosti jumps in, is going to be necessary for this next team fight. He's hoping to finish off this Swift Blink as well before he joins. We'll complete a 6th slot.
Okay. Trying to pick that up. They did see him take that creep wave, so... Well, they know where he is, or they knew where he was, I suppose. What do they want to do with that information? Stonebank and RCY are making their way... Well, they're making their way top, where there aren't any heroes, but they could just easily, yeah, do this. There's a tier 1 tower up there. Might as well take it down. Didn't cost them much of anything. Now it looks like this might be a gear up for a fight. FCR goes in. There's going to be the toss back, but the hook is going to allow B9 to get away. The meteors come through. It's not really enough to get any kills. B9's actually the one who may go down here, but King RD, that's maybe a lot too far forward, actually. Just, I'm not sure what the plan was there. Maybe he was just trying to keep heroes at bay so that they could finish off B9, but ends up being a trade.
I mean, it's basically what we want to do on Clockwish. You Suicide Initiator. Like, you get in, get the Heaven's Halberd off onto the Templar Assassin, and then you've done your job. You've stalled out the damage she's doing for like 5 seconds or more inside the team fight. But he can start to do other things once he gets himself like a jetpack and maybe like a Ghost Scepter for survivability against Templar Assassin. You can hold your Heaven's Halberd for a little bit longer until she's actually trying to get on one of your teammates, but he doesn't have the money for that kind of stuff as a position 5. Kind of like a more position 4 Clockwork's job.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's already impressive enough that the halberd gets sort of completed when it does, so... Asking for a little bit more is rough. He is working his way towards a 4-staff, though, so a little bit more in the way of mobility and utility for him. But his team, they would like a fight. He just hooked his way into the river. Teammates weren't really ready to follow that up. Now they go in, though. Blast off onto 2. Meteor damage coming through. KJ's going to go down. FCR should die to the DOT as well. The disarm was applied to Kosable, so he has to pop his BKB. And now, further up the river, Stonebank onto King RD finds that kill. Black Hole is back up for Tavo, but now there's really no scenario where he can actually use it because all the damage dealers are either dead or running away.
Yep. Coach is now gone. Unfortunately, it's not an instant roche spawn either. It's going to be another 40 seconds until it's up. So, God's Strength will be used by then, and goes to be that much closer to his BKB being ready to be active again. I think he'll have it for this next team fight, assuming they're not like in the pit and ready to go as soon as Roche respawns inside of DogChamp. Wow. Not enough comes out of that team fight. DogChamp, they get small victories, but they still can't deal with Ghosta. Managed to remain a massive issue for them.
That is kind of the best hope for them at this stage, as Tayano, okay, goes in, gets the Hex, not much else, walks away, but
dangerous game you're playing right there.
feeling pretty damn confident that there was no one else nearby, otherwise I don't think he tries it. But now, yeah, they're grouped up. Got smokes, there it is. Full 5-man smoke. They're going to push their way out of here. They're going to run directly into Yarn first, though, and that's not the hero they want, but it's the only option they have.
Brave?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now things get dangerous. There's going to be the Hex. RCY coming in. There's going to be a stun out from Stonebank. On to 3! Oh, it's a disaster. They're just getting blown up. But Tavo, he did get the black hole up. It's not looking too bad just yet. They need the follow-up damage, though. Do they have enough? Kostabile, he's working on it. Stonebank is dropping pretty low here inside of his teammates' cogs, but they haven't actually finished him off. And now RCY back into the fight. There's going to be the tornado into the deafening blast, into the meteors, and they might just be able to pull this one out even through the black hole. Costa's going to try to blink away. He made it out for now. Swift blink.
Near impossible to get him. He's got refraction up. 13 charges of this thing. I mean, Destroyer would have to lock him down and do like a million instances of damage to him.
Uh-oh.
You might get it, though.
Stormhammer. There's the Hex following it up. They are burning through refraction, and they do manage to dive the base and get it. It's a full 5-man wipe, delayed as it may have been. The end result is still the same. They take the fight, they take the tier 2, now they're pushing the tier 3s. The only hero with buyback is the Templar Assassin. Well, the glyph is useful-ish. It's not really going to stop this, but it at least slows
In
it
fact, they
down.
might just go straight for throne. They do. I mean,
Uh-huh.
they don't realize that Costa does have buyback available. But
Well, they know
make
now.
quick work of these buildings. Assistance of Yar in here, dropping the bombs in the base.
Oh my god, Yarn.
They get Marcy.
He's all the way in. They've got Costa locked down. Can they get the knockback? Yes, they can. They've got the meteors coming in, and Deafening Blast is going to be there. The Hex is coming in. The Templar Assassin is dead, and that has to be it. That's got to be game. I don't know what else they can do. There's no black hole. There's no damage. And the GG gets called. Yaren with some killer instinct there to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of teams here are going to go right back to banning the techies up against Yar, and the man played a super sick game, but at the end of that, I mean, threading the needle with that last hook shot, getting that off on the Templar Assassin, the 3-man Stormbolt
That was
Sven ended
huge.
up pulling there. Yeah, that single-handedly won them that team fight. It looked dicey for a moment there after the Enigma ended up getting off that black hole, especially after that first hook shot didn't end up connecting, get them in on the Enigma, but managed to close that one out, force all the other heroes to run away, and DogChamp managed to get themselves a clean 2-1 victory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe not the most clean. Some hurdles along the way, but they did manage to pull it off.
Looked cleaner than the 5-rad win earlier today, but
That is true.
yeah, DogChamp with a solid performance. 3 heroes in double digits on the kills. One of them actually being Yaren. 13, 6, and 17 on the techies. That's not supposed to be the way that plays out. But he was allowed to go for this build, right? You look at his itemization: Blink, E-Blade, Octarine Core. I don't really know where he found all that gold for that matter, but he was able to do it.
Yeah. Man was just incredibly aggressive with some of his jumps forward, like straight into the enemy base a couple of times. They went to go pick off like Marcy, and that might have been a little bit of extreme. You gave up a mega kill at the time you did it, but he's put fear into the enemy's hearts, and that's what's important here. He sent them a message.
Yeah, but now what? You got to ban techies, you got to ban out that Tinker as well, so DogChamp are looking pretty dangerous. But Neph, before I ramble on too long, we got to get you the hell out of here, man. You got a meeting to get to, so you're already like half an hour late, but you know, it is what it is. But
Who cares? It's not a party till I show up anyways. But thank you everyone for watching, and congratulations to DogChamp and 5-rad keeping the NA dream alive today. You know, a lot of people say it's a dead region. I disagree.
well, I mean, 5-rat wins today, DogChamp wins today, so yeah, NA coming out with 2 series victories. Not dead just yet, but yeah, we are going to be hopping on out of here. We'll get Neff into his meeting. We are starting again, same time tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific time, carrying on. I believe we're jumping back over to Group A for those matches. So hope you join us for that tomorrow afternoon. For now, though, see you later. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you for watching.